Okay, so today we're doing something a little different. We're diving into a story about a story. We're going to explore how one of the most ancient, most familiar narratives in the entire world, the story of creation, gets retold and reshaped for every single new generation.
You've probably heard this one before, right? In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That line from the King James Version is just so iconic. It's the grand opening, the first sentence of a story that has literally shaped cultures for thousands of years.
And that story, it unfolds in a really structured, methodical way. So let's do a quick flyby of those 6 days, because they really set the stage for everything that comes after.
So it all starts on day 1. Boom, there's light, and it's separated from the darkness. Day 2, we get the sky. Then on day 3, the land and water are divided up, and all the plants start to grow. Day 4 is when the sun, moon, and stars get put in their places. Day 5, that's when the seas and skies get filled with creatures. And finally, day 6, we get all the land animals and, of course, humankind. It's this really clear, progressive, and powerful account.
Now, you'd think for a story this old and this important, it'd be pretty straightforward. But here's where things get, well, a little complicated. This one single story comes in a shocking number of different packages.
And how many are we talking about? Well, according to our source material, there are at least 61 different English Bible translations. Yeah, 61. That number just seems huge, right? So what is going on here?
And this is just a little taste of that huge landscape. I mean, you've probably heard of the KJV, the King James Version, and maybe the NIV, the New International Version. But what about the ESV, the NLT, or the Message? It's like a whole alphabet soup of acronyms, and every single one is a different take on the exact same material. You know, all these versions bring us to the real heart of what we're talking about today. How can there be so many different goals for telling just one story? And it all comes down to the big question we're here to answer.
Why? Why do so many versions of the same text even exist? Is one of them more right than the others? Is this a problem, or is it actually a good thing? Let's unpack this.
So here's the key thing to get. Not every translation is trying to do the same thing. They all have different goals. Take a look here. The King James Version, the KJV, is called a timeless classic, and its main goal is to stick with that traditional, formal language. But then you have something like the NIV or the ESV, both called a modern classic. The NIV tries to find a balance between being accurate and easy to read. The ESV, on the other hand, really goes for a more literal, word-for-word kind of translation. See? Different goals.
And understanding these different goals helps us see not just why there's so much variety, but why it actually matters. Believe me, this isn't just some boring academic debate. It affects how millions of people connect with this text every single day.
So, what are the big reasons for all this variety? Well, first off, accessibility. You need versions that are easy for modern readers to understand. Language changes, you know? The English we speak today is way different from the English of the 1600s. Plus, it's about scholarship. Different experts have different ideas on the best way to translate ancient texts. And really, it's about serving different people for different reasons. What you need for deep study is not what you need for a little daily inspiration. So instead of getting all confused by the variety, it's actually better to think of it like a rich and diverse toolkit. Every one of these translations is like a unique lens, a different angle for looking at this ancient and really powerful text. And that leaves us with one last thought to chew on. The real question isn't which version is the best, it's realizing that the version you choose to read actually shapes the story you end up understanding. So the question for you is, how does the lens you're using change the picture you see?